CPU Monster Mentor!
You will be required to write one newspaper report during the OSSLT, and it will be out of 60 marks. You want to make sure everything you write is related to the photo and headline given, and you focus on an event. You want specific supporting details, and you want to make sure that your organization is clear and follows a thoughtful progression of ideas. Take a moment to carefully read the question again and consider the photo. Brainstorm some ideas of what could be happening in the photo. Remember, you need to answer who, what, where, when, why, and how, and make it an event. Everything must be related to the photo and headline given. Once you've answered all of the basic questions, begin writing the article. You'll want to write 4 to 6 paragraphs total. However, each paragraph will only be 1 to 3 sentences long. You do not need to include author's name or byline, as those are not marked in the rubric, but you can include them if you would like to. I do not recommend including them because they do take up space that you could be using for more important information. You'll also want to write in past tense. However, make sure that the date that you choose for your article is recent. You'll also want to write in third person, using pronouns like he, she, and they. You want to indent your paragraphs, however, do not leave spaces in between paragraphs. If you'd like to pause and read the sample text that I've created, please do so now. I recommend you follow this basic structure. In the first paragraph, you want to explain who, what, where, and when, all surrounding the event that you've created. In the second paragraph, you want to answer how and why this event occurred. In the third paragraph, you want to include a quotation from an eyewitness. That means someone who was present at the event. Of course, you're making this up, but you still want to give them a first and last name to make it seem as realistic as possible. And once again, make sure you include a statement from them in quotations. You'll then write a 4th, 5th, or 6th paragraph depending on how much room you have. In these paragraphs, you simply want to provide additional details, more context, and specific details about the event. You basically want to explain more of how this happened and why this happened. And sometimes it's helpful to think of what's next or what's to come. The more specific details you have in your article, the better. That means using numbers, percentages, amounts, names, dates. Also, you want to make sure that you fill the space completely. You need to try and get to the last line of the article. Once you've done that, you're done. Congratulations.